Welcome to Topic Talks, where we talk about the topics you care about and leave out the ones you don't.
We talk about what most news sources don't: media, movies, and the multiverse.
We even invite guests to come talk topics with us.
Come join in on the fun.
Let's get started. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Giant Conversation of This Topic Talks. I'm your host, Aaron Klingsmith, and joining me today is Gordon. Gordon's back. And John.
Nice.
What's up?
It's good to be here.
So John and I actually met in the gym back when I tried to lose weight, which I'm going to try to do again. I'm too broke to have a gym membership this time. And him and I are kind of been buddies, you know, Facebook on and off. He's trying to sell a couple lots that I'm mowing, and you guys know how Gordon and I met. We through Boy Scouts. So how have you guys been?
Been good, man.
That's solid.
Good. Yeah. Same old, same old.
Same old, same old?
Oh, yeah.
So how's your week been?
Overall, solid. I mean, you know, just going to school, doing all that good stuff, homework and all, and then college applications. You know how that goes.
Yeah, a little bit.
Mine's been horrible, man. I got food poisoning Sunday.
How before you got food poisoning? How was that?
Oh, it was amazing. Before then, it was phenomenal.
It was phenomenal. Okay, that's what I like to hear. Anyway, so to fill you in on kind of what the show's about, this is a show about kind of, we do happy news kind of in the beginning, and we'll do some movie news kind of near the end. I've got all the stories picked out, so why don't we jump on into those? Sound good?
Let's roll.
Okay. So you know how there's a lot of people, especially people that come back from war that have limbs that got cut off, or kids who were born with, you know, maybe missing half an arm or something like that.
Yeah.
And all the prosthetics look really weird, right? Like, they got like little, like, almost hook things, and I don't know, I feel like all the prosthetics for hands and stuff look really weird.
Like Captain Hook style?
Kind of. I mean, there was one...
That's because they got to grab things with that.
Well, there was one that I saw that was literally like a clamp, and they had to, like, undo this wing nut, and whatever they wanted to grab, they had to put it, like, through in this, like, clamp, and then screw the wing nut back on. I'm like...
That's because they got bad insurance. You got that good insurance.
No, but it was super expensive.
Okay.
And so it's one of those things that it's kind of like, well, I figured by now you'd have something that you could permanently attach to your arm that could connect to your nerves, and so you could move your fingers.
Yeah, like all.
And I know they're working on that, but they're not there yet. And I feel like some of the different prosthetics they have are really weird. And there's this guy, he sounds like he's from England, I think, and he makes prosthetics in his shed that are way better than anything you'll buy for, you know, all this money you're paying for prosthetics. I mean, he said he's spent, you know, a whole bunch of money on different prosthetics. He found them very useless, very ugly looking. They didn't even resemble a hand or anything. It just makes them feel weird. So he came up with a design. He makes it with a 3D printer, and it's actually kind of cool because because a lot of people have just up to the elbow, every time they bend their arm, the hand closes. So they literally, it looks like a hand, and they just bend their arm and it'll close the hand.
So basically, he's just printing out prosthetics.
Pretty much.
I mean, I've heard those 3D printers, they can print machine guns.
They can. They can print almost anything. But he doesn't just 3D print it. He 3D prints the parts and then he assembles it. Because there's like an elastic on the inside, so that when you get that motion of like the arm bending, that makes the hands close. And I guess, and like I said, there was a prosthetic that they showed that was literally like a circle. So if he wanted to like pick up a soda or something, he had to like undo this wing nut, and it would open it up. He put it over the thing, tighten the wing nut, and it would hold his pop. I'm like,
if you're wondering why I'm smiling, I just keep thinking of all the people who got a prosthetic hand now. They can rub one out officially.
well, most of the
thanks to this guy in England, you know.
Well, most of these are for kids, and the best part about it is they can be themed.
Okay.
Like they have like a little Batman logo on them, and they're different colors. And I mean, I saw one that was yellow and orange, and it had the little Iron Man symbol on it.
Oh, that's good for kids, you know.
Well, yeah,
like Spider-Man and stuff like that.
Well, and the best part is he's doing it all for free. He doesn't charge anything for them. He just gives them out to kids that really know.
What about the materials and all that stuff?
He gets it all. He gets the money that he uses to make it donated.
Okay.
So the people that get the prosthetics, usually the parents, because it's mostly kids. I mean, he has one that he made that he uses. But other than that, it's mostly kids that he makes them. I mean, he'll make them for anybody, but the story kind of focused on the kids. Well, the parents of the kids go and campaign and try to get more money so he can make more for more kids. So it's one of those things, he did it for a few parents. Those parents campaigned to try to help him get more money and fundraised. And then he got more money and he made some more for some more kids. But he's doing it all out of his shed.
Good guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think
guy.
it's fantastic.
Yeah. Hey, there's a bunch of people in Africa who got their arms chopped off.
Right. Well, this guy's name is Stephen Davis. And he, like I said, he spent years without any prosthetic limbs until they finally started developing some. And then, like you said, the designs he saw, he was just like, really? I'm supposed to wear this and it's supposed to be functionable? And he said they don't even, because a lot of the time these people are born, they feel different because they've got, maybe they don't have a hand at all.
So they don't even know how to use one.
Right.
They're not used to that muscle memory.
Well, and they, like he was born without one, and he didn't have one until they started developing prosthetics. And so he just went around without any hand at all. And it's kind of like, so when prosthetics came out, he's probably like, oh, this is going to be cool. He probably raised the money up, and he was disappointed by all the,
shitty prosthetics.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I said, I feel like by now, and I know that they're somewhat working on this, I feel like we'd have a hand, like a prosthetic hand that they could almost sew, like...
Well, I've seen something on TV where they basically hook up the mechanical hand to the end of your nerve endings,
right,
on the end of your nub, wherever it's at.
Right.
And then basically your muscle memory, like when you used to move your fingers before you lost your hand,
right,
it's like moving another hand.
Well, and when you're born, you still have that, like, maybe not muscle memory, but you still got it wired in your brain that, it's supposed to be hand there.
Yeah.
So maybe if you catch it soon enough. Now, the other problem is, you've got to pay all this money for prosthetics, especially for kids. And like he said, they're going to outgrow them just like they outgrow their shoes.
Yeah, every 6 months.
Right. And so you're spending, thousands of dollars on a prosthetic arm, and then in 6 months the kid outgrows it, and you got to spend another.
Well, what they should do is have like a hand-me-down, a hand-me-down program. You hand down the hand.
I mean, they could. But the only other problem with the idea that I had about the nerves is that if you do it as a kid, you'd have to keep getting it replaced the bigger you got. Unless you were a little kid with like a big hand. I mean, I don't know how else that would work. You know what they could do? They probably could kind of do like so they would attach a piece to the nerve endings and almost have like an interchangeable...
Like a connector.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So that it would be able to
like a snap on, snap off.
Yeah, so they could like turn it and it would disconnect everything. So then that way, say there was a malfunction with the prosthetic hand, they could almost essentially just take it off, fix whatever's wrong with it, and put it back on, or if they need...
Yeah, but you know what, though? It's going to get there eventually, technology.
I know, and like I said, I know they're working on something, and there's a lot of kinks that they're going to have to work through but before they even get to that point. But I just thought this was pretty cool. I mean, this guy's 43. He's an inventor by heart, so he likes to invent things. And the name of the company is Team Unlimited. Yeah, Team Unlimited is what it's called. But they're also lightweight too. They're not, heavy or big or bulky. They're really lightweight. And it's not like they cover anything up. Like if you look at there's a video on the link below. You can actually see it. Like sometimes you can see part of the nub, but the hand's still there. I don't know. I think the functionality of it for right now.
I mean, if I was a kid, I'd want a hand that looked like Terminator.
Right. There you go.
That's what I'd want.
Well, he could probably do it. Make it gray with black marks.
Put a nice black glove on it. And
there you go. And they also said that it's or you brought up the fact, because you watched the same video I did.
Yeah.
You brought up the fact that it was weather resistant or insulated.
Yeah, it was like, the shed was insulated.
Oh, the shed was okay. I thought you meant like the hand was insulated.
Oh, no, yeah, I noticed that the shed was insulated.
No, okay. Yeah, it did kind of look like it was insulated with, when you watch the video, it's like white on the inside. It almost looks like you put insulation in so that it could work, like you said,
so
year-round.
So you could always do that. Because it looked like it was in like northern Europe, so I assume they have the same weather conditions as we do.
Right.
So they basically got like antifreeze running through the hand. You got to change the oil on your hand.
That'd be funny. No, but like I was saying, is it kind of looks cheap, but it looks functionable. Because you can actually, like, sometimes you can still see the nub where it's at in the arm.
I got a question for you. You ever see those amputees where they got the fake legs and they're running in like sporting events?
Yeah, and they got like the
Yeah, it's like a hook, and they're running. And should they be allowed to run?
Yeah.
You think so?
Some of those are made for running.
I know, but there's kind of like an unfair advantage.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
Like, your legs are pretty heavy. Let me switch out 2 of your legs with some carbon steel with a spring on the bottom.
Yeah, but also try getting your legs cut off and then putting a fixture on that you've got to take on and off.
Yeah.
I think most of the time they go into like some of the Special Olympics where they get, like wheelchair basketball and things like that.
No, I think they're trying to make them run in like the original Olympics.
They could. I mean, right now I don't think anybody wins except for there's like one country that wins every year. I'm trying to remember what the
Jamaica.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Jamaica wins every year.
We still can't beat them.
No.
Even with the prosthetics.
I was gonna say you got a whole bunch of little white guys trying to run, and then one really tall.
I mean, the guy's last name is Bolt.
Yeah, Usain Bolt.
You know he's fast.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, you got one tall Jamaican just kind of sprinting over the.
Gliding.
But I mean, you watch any of them. I mean, all joking aside, all those dudes are tall.
Yeah, they're like.
It's like everybody from the NBA got recruited for this.
No, they're fast.
Definitely.
Well, they're fast, and I think it also helps that they're tall because they can take longer strides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm friends with a couple tall guys, and I thought my stride was long compared to my girlfriend, who's a little bit shorter, and I've got to like run to catch up with them sometimes. I'm like, hey, wait up. But yeah, no, I don't see a problem with that. I mean, especially since they've worked so hard to get to the point where they can actually run on prosthetics.
Well, what about there was another thing I seen where with like the transgender.
Mm-hmm.
Like you got a guy a transgender to a chick, and then fight in the UFC. Now is that fair?
I don't know. I mean, because that's a whole big debate. Because it's kind of like, okay, well, are they completely changed over, or are they just?
I mean, and if you look at the YouTube fights, this chick or dude or however you want to identify it was just ground and pounding. Like
although some of the girls, like a girl I graduated with is a UFC fighter, and let me tell you what, she can kick some butt.
They're brutal.
Like,
yeah, but that's still a little different.
I don't know.
I mean, look it up. Look at the YouTube video when you see this transgender person fighting chicks. I mean, she is just mauling people.
And like I said, I feel like UFC. I don't know. I feel like it could be either way because, like I said, some of those, like my friend that graduated, she is ripped. Like it's ridiculous. You watch her fight and she tearing it up. So I mean, it is who's supposed to be the best. If you've got someone who was a dude that turns into a girl that fights for the UFC, fights in the UFC, if another girl can beat her, you know what I mean? It's better competition.
Yeah.
Makes it harder to win. You know what I'm saying?
Sure, yeah.
Raise the standards.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, if
Best fighter wins.
right. I mean, it's not really about I mean, it's kind of about who's stronger, but it's you really don't have to worry about. Well, this person's a lot stronger. It's like taking the top person and say they're very strong, so
Yeah,
they
but-
should not fight.
No, but see, what the people were saying is this person that was born a male, they got a bone structure like a male.
Right.
They got testosterone flowing through their
Well, it depends.
for
Is it-
years, not like recently. This is like for years, so their
Right.
body is conditioned as a male.
Right.
Just now they changed over within a year or so. I think it's a minimum of a year requirements,
Right.
maybe 2, and now they're transitioning to a female. They're still very much a male. I mean,
Yeah, but they're taking a lot of the hormones
the
of a
estrogen
female, and so that would probably take some of that away.
but you still were a male for like 20 plus years of your life. I mean, that's like
Yeah, but it could have been some fat guy that got really, really. You know
no,
what I mean?
This dude was a Marine.
Was he?
Or an Army, some kind of Army something.
I don't have a problem with it. I really don't.
Oh, I don't care.
I was gonna say I really don't care. I think if they want to fight women in the UFC, cool.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to that, I'm just
It's kind of like a circus show, though. It's kind of like
I don't know.
it's like
It's just one of those things that I